Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Colin LeBeau, and I am president of FoxHire, an employer of record platform here in the US. And today we're going to talk about why colleges and universities can benefit from using an employer of record. And to do that, we're going to take you all the way back to 2019, right at the start of the pandemic that sort of took over and swept the globe. What was going on at that time was remote work was starting to take hold in colleges and universities. However, it wasn't widely adopted. Most universities had been used to hiring and employing people on campus. However, when the pandemic hit, everybody went remote, including college and university employees, and then they started moving out of state. And 2 years later, 3 years later, as we come into today, colleges and universities are facing the fact that many of their employees don't live on campus, nor do they even live in the state. And they're processing payroll and employing these individuals in jurisdictions, in states, counties, cities that they have no familiarity with, nor may they even have an entity in that state. So they might be out of compliance. So remote work plus the pandemic equaled chaos for a lot of HR professionals in the higher education space. So what are they doing now, right? There's sort of three modes of operation now that are happening in the higher ed space that can explain what they're doing about this issue. First is a college and university is out of compliance, but they don't know how to fix it. The next is they're out of compliance and they are trying to fix it by looking into solutions. And then the last one is they're out of compliance and they don't even have any clue they're out of compliance. And that's really the worst one, right? So how are they out of compliance? With these employees that are living out of state or even in other countries, there's tax requirements that they may not be following. There are onboarding requirements that they might not be following. Like in New York, as an example, New York City requires mandatory sexual harassment training for every employee. If you're a college in Georgia and you've never employed a New York City employee, you would not know that. That would be a compliance risk. There also might be compliance issues with employing independent contractors in 1099 compliance, specifically in California, which has more strict 1099 compliance laws. And lastly, there's mandatory PTO laws that go across a lot of different states that differ, and accruing PTO properly can be a compliance risk as well. There are more, but those are some of the main ones that might be affecting you if you're an HR leader in higher education. So why should colleges and universities use EORs? It mainly comes down to this. Using an employer of record allows you to defer the knowledge and execution of those compliance-related tasks to that employer of record, and also enables you as a college or university to hire anyone, anywhere. So as you go further into remote work and you want to hire the best talent, leveraging an employer of record can make that possible, and also defer the risk of compliance at the same time. Lastly, using an employer of record also enables you to offer really compelling benefits to populations of employees that you may not have delivered benefits to before, further increasing the attractiveness of the jobs that you guys might want to hire. Those are some of the main benefits of using an employer of record, and colleges and universities all over the United States are starting to look into these solutions to make these things possible. So if you're an HR leader in higher ed, I urge you to look into employer of record platforms. Specifically, look into FoxHire. We've been serving colleges and universities for over 30 years. We've worked with 70 colleges and universities since our inception, and I believe we could be a great fit. So please reach out or go to www.foxhire.com. Thank you.